Well, at halftime I said to this group, obviously we were throwing the ball all over the place in the first half, and I said that if we could keep it under 20 turnovers, which would have meant we would have had 6 in the second half, we had 14 I believe at halftime, that we would be able to be right in this game to win it. And as you saw, we had 28. I know we had 2 in the last minute when the game was out of reach, but nonetheless, and that's the key. You don't turn the ball over against them, you're going to have a chance. You do turn the ball over against them, and they get out on the break and buckets. It's we had 2 more field goal attempts than they did with 28 turnovers. We got them to turn it over 17 times, but we didn't take advantage of it. They get 36 points off turnovers, and we get 11. So hopefully a lesson to be learned by some of our young guys and by our veterans. I've told you on more than one occasion, we need big games out of veterans to win in the A-10. And I thought Mandel Thomas competed his tail off, but we didn't get a whole lot from Brian, and we didn't get a whole lot from Ryan, especially in the first half. And we need that leadership. We need veteran leadership. So hopefully it comes again on Wednesday when we go up to Rhodey. But obviously they're a very good basketball team, and they can wear you down. I think Weber is just exceptional in his ability to take care of the basketball and finish plays around the basket. They have great balance, and that's why they're such a good team.
Tom, in that vein on veterans, you get John back for the first time in a month. He gives you 9 points in 20 minutes. Really comes out early and gets fired up. How important was that early on in the first half?
Well, it's good. I mean, obviously he's the only guy who made 3, I think, today, but or made 2 of our 4 rather. But he just you can't play 10, 20 minutes and have 1 assist and 5 turnovers. So he's giving the ball back. We had 2 guys with 6 turnovers and 2 guys with 5 turnovers. So having John back on the floor is important. I was happy to see him out there. But he, like the rest of the crew, he's got to continue on ball security, working on taking care of the basketball. Because you're putting him up, but then you're giving him back at the other end with that. But I was happy to see him on the floor, and I was obviously happy to see him make a couple shots.
Did opening the A-10 with VCU help you out in terms of how you're going to be able to handle teams down the line? Hopefully.
That's one of the things I talked to them about. First 5 games are tough because 3 are on the road, and the 2 that we have at home, the students aren't here, and they're 2 of the premier teams in the league right now, 2 of the top 4 teams in the conference. But that's why it's such a good league. There's no nights off, and we'll go to Rhodey, and then we go down to Philly for the following trip, and then you get to come back home against GW, who's at the top of the league. So January is a really tough month for us, but got to find a way, man.
What can you do to prepare for a team like that? You know what they're going to bring you.
Yeah, once again, I'm familiar with them. They pressed when Anthony was there, Anthony Grant, as well, and we did a lot of, we played against them a bunch while I was at Hofstra. So, it's all about ball security. When they lose games, you'll see the turnover numbers are down around 15 for their opponent, and that's why they win games, whether it's, an up game or a game in conference when they lost over the years. So, you go through your press offense, you talk about little things, and then, the old Mike Tyson expression comes in, everyone's got to play until they get hit. And some of our young guys, you could see they didn't respond when they got punched in the nose, and that's what it's all about. So hopefully it's part of the growth process and the learning curve, and they're tougher because of it.
Talk about what you saw out of your young guys, particularly Chris and Eric in their first 18 game.
Yeah, look, they both competed. Eric's assist-to-turnover ratio I talk about all the time. He's got to take care of the basketball, and he's too big and strong to let people rip the ball out of his hands. But you see flashes of brilliance from both of them. They have the physical size to compete in this league. They both work hard at what they're doing. They're getting better each day. But are they ready to go out and have a marquee game against the VCU? Not yet. But I believe the future's bright with those 2 guys. I think they've been playing very well. Obviously, both were Rookie of the Week for earlier in the season too.
Tom, first half they jumped out to a lead. You guys were able to get it to 30-26 under 4 minutes to go.
Right.
Second half that didn't happen. Is it the turnovers? Is that the biggest difference?
I think it's the turnovers. I think obviously we didn't shoot the ball well. 4-23 from 3. And I thought we got some real good looks from 3. There was one, I know Christian got a look. I think we might have been down 11. was a big play, because that you put 8 up on the board there. It's a lot easier to chase from 8 than it is from 11. So I think that was it. When you play a team like this, timeout-wise, I anticipate using 2, if not 3, in the first half, just so you don't lose your wind, you don't lose momentum. You never let them get the magic number. I said was 8. We can't let them get an 8-point lead. If they do, then we got to burn a timeout to get ourselves back into it. I call timeouts when we play opponents like this when we're at the foul line. So you get, the entire timeout plus going back out, being on the foul line, so you get extended time to, instead of having to make subs and go deeper into your bench, so you can keep your core players on the court, all of those kind of things. But, we called timeout, they came out, they went on another run. The timeout didn't take away their momentum. I thought out of timeouts we got a couple pretty good looks and we didn't make plays, and that hurts too.
Back to John, if you don't mind.
No.
You mentioned ball security. Just overall, though, aside from that, in terms of how you thought he...
Well, he had 3 good practices actually, because we went twice 2 days ago, and then we went once a long time yesterday, and he had 3 good practices. So look, I'm excited about him being back. The team is excited about him being back. We're all rooting for John Sevier. That's a given. And then his role will be defined by his performance, as everyone else's will be.